Hey guys, Drews here. I am here to film another new video for you guys tonight. Tonight I am here to film my 5-star prediction list number 3. So I decided to make a new list because I read all the ones that I read on number 2 with the exception of Nevernight. And if you want to know why I haven't read Nevernight yet, go watch my wrap up please. It would have my better explanation there. And yeah, this was the only book I didn't read on that list, but I'm like, I'm not in the mood for this fantasy book yet, so I'm just hoping I will be in the mood for it sometime soon. But we have a new list. It's time to restart, refresh, and let's just chat about all these amazing books. A lot of these are 2021 new releases that I just noticed just now. And yeah, we are gonna jump into it. I have 14 books here, which is a lot more than 7, which I normally been doing, but I want to read more than 7. So I have 14 amazing books here that I'm hoping to read either this fall, this winter, or next year even. And again, we're back to my old setting where I have you guys facing the bookshelf, and look at these rainbows. Yeah, so stick around, get some drinks, get some snacks. We're gonna be here for a little bit because I'm gonna try and do summaries for these, so let's go. So the first book, these are in no particular order, by the way. There is a lot of sequels on here because, as you guys know, I've been trying to complete a lot of series recently. So the first book is actually a finale to a series, no particular order, and that is The School for Good and Evil, Book 6, One True King by Simone Channier. This is the 6th and final book in this middle grade series. I am scared to read this. I love the series overall. Overall, this is like a 4 or 5-star series, so, or 5-star read for me. So I'm very curious to see how this one will end. If you don't know, this is going to become a Netflix show or movie. I can't remember if it was show or movie, but it's coming to Netflix soon. They just finished filming it, and I saw all the casting, all the pictures, and they look marvelous. So I can't wait to see how it would be a good adaptation. Again, this is the 6th and final book, so I won't be talking much about this one. But if you don't know what this first book is, the first book is called The School for Good and Evil. It follows 2 main characters named Sophie and Agatha. They are best friends, and they use the School for Good and Evil. One of them would go to the School of Good. One of them thinks they will go in the School of Evil. To the School of Evil, I should say. I should slow down. And they get switched as soon as they get there. And there's twists and turns along the way, and there's quests and adventures and friendship they meet, and they maybe fall in love. I remember the ending of book 5, and I don't know why it's taking me this long to read book 6, but I'm very excited and curious to see how this series will end. Technically it was supposed to end at book 3, but the author added another trilogy onto it, so this is like book 6/ book 3 of its own trilogy. So I can't wait to complete this series this year. So that's the first book on my list. I also forgot to mention there's a lot of different genres in this video today, so we love diverse reading. The next book is a new book that I just bought, I want to say this month. Was it this month? Was it this month? No, it was August. It was in August. I bought this book in August. This book, because it came out in August. I'm really shocked this one was on sale at Barnes & Noble because it just came out. But that is If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy. If you guys know, I really love Julie Murphy. She's one of my favorite authors. I still need to read Pumpkin, which is book 3 to the Dumpling series that she has. And I think that's the final one in that series she has. So I'm so sad to say goodbye to that one. But once I say goodbye to that world, I say hello to a new world. This is a new book under the Disney Hyperion Publishing, which is very cool that she's going underneath Disney right now. I think she's underneath Disney right now because these are all supposed to be fairy tale retelling. So like this first one is a Cinderella retelling with a plus size main character as the main focus, and I just hear nothing but amazing things about this one. I've also heard a little bit negative reviews on here for this book. It's a little bit thick for a romance novel, but I know I love Julie Murphy's writing already, so I know I will fly through this. I do have the audio of this from Libro FM, so maybe I can just listen to this audio whenever I'm in the mood for a romance or a contemporary book. This, I didn't even tell you what this one was about, but this follows our main character, Sydney, and she loves shoes. She dropped out of college to run a shoe company, and then she goes off to this new place to live with her aunt, and that's all I really know about it. I just know it's like a very like weird Cinderella retelling, I think. And I think this is the first book in a new series. I'm not sure what the other books are going to be about or how long the series will be, but I'm definitely intrigued. And I'm curious if it's just Julie Murphy writing or if it's going to be like the Twisted Tales series, but the adult version, you know? But yeah, this is a new book. I'm super excited. Hopefully I'll read it sometime soon. We'll see. Keep watching my channel to see if I read this one or not. The next book that we have, I don't want that to fall. The next book we have is a sequel. This is the 4th installment of this very hyped and popular series. And my friend Charlie is mad that I have not completed this series yet. I think there's going to be like 5 or 6 books in the series. I'm not sure. But this is by one of my favorite authors. I bought this book at Barnes & Noble the day it was released, and if you know, you know. And that is A Quarter Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. I don't know much about this. I know this is Nessa's story, and I was going to start buddy reading this with my friend Heather, but then she wasn't in the mood to read it. So I still have my page breakdown right here from when we were going to start, but she wasn't in the mood to read it. So I was like, okay, no worries, I'll just push it off. So I kept pushing it off. And so now I'm in the mood to read this, and I feel like this book would be perfect for fall. I see a lot of reaction to this. I try not to get spoiled for it. I think I got spoiled a little bit for it, but that's all right. Like I said, 4th installment, this followed Nessa and that whole court. I just know I will love this. I love the original ACOTAR trilogy. I flew through that trilogy when it came out and was so sad that I had no one to talk to, but now I do, thanks to TikTok. And yeah, it is a chunker. It is like 800 or 700 pages long, and I just need to read this. Like, if I don't read this in 2021, I will be sad, because everyone, I mean everyone, has been reading and raving about this book. So I'm excited and nervous for this one in particular, just because I know there's no news about book 5 yet, but I think it will be coming out next year or 2023. If it comes out in 2023, that will be a long wait. But yeah, I don't know much about this, but yeah, Quarter Silver Flames, book 4 in the A Quarter Thorns and Roses series, so we love that. The next book I have is a YA historical fiction. This one I also just got recently in August, and that was They Went Left by Monica Hesse. This one I've been hearing nothing but amazing things. I actually got this one recommended to me by my friend Heather as well. And I can't wait to read this. This sounds very hard-hitting, but also emotional read. And I don't know much about this one, to be honest. I know my friend Heather read this one and loved it, and she recommended it to me as soon as she finished it. And I have heard a little bit about this author on BookTube, but not as much. I think the last historical fiction book I read was The Fountain of Silence by Ruta Sepetys, which I really enjoyed. That's one of my favorite historical fiction reads. So I'm really looking forward to reading another new author and another new book. It says, an unforgettable story brimming with mystery, sorrow, love, and hope. Germany, 1945. The soldiers who liberated the Gross Rosen concentration camps said the war was over, but nothing feels over to 18-year-old Zofia Lederman. her body and her mind have bravely begun to heal, and her life is completely shattered. 3 years ago, she and her younger brother, Abik, were the only members of the family to be sent to the right, away from the gas chambers of the Auschwitz camp. Everyone else, her parents, her grandmother, radiant Aunt Maria, they went left. Oh, okay, I did not know it was going to be that dark. But now I can see where she got the title from. Yeah, this sounds like it's going to be dark hitting and maybe something I can learn from. I don't know. Can you learn from books? Who knows? But I definitely am very excited. I definitely want to read this soon, hence why I made this whole list. And I feel like this will be another perfect fall read. So yeah, super excited for this, and never read anything by Monica Hesse. So if I do read this and love it, I will definitely check out her backlist, because I see she has 2 more books by her, the author, obviously. So very excited for this one. The next book I have is another series finale, and this one is A Sky Beyond the Storm by Saba Tahir. This is the 4th and final installment in the Ember Quartet series. I've read all of them. I definitely want to read this soon, because this was in my top 21 books to read in 2021. I believe I made a video for that. If not, I'll just talk about it later. But this was definitely on my list, and I'm so excited to read it. I'm also very scared to read this one, because this is a finale, and I hear there's something terrible that happens in this book, and I don't want to know what it is, but I kind of do, but I kind of don't. So no spoilers for this one. If you don't know what this one is, this follows our main character. Wow, can you tell it's been a while since I picked this series up? We follow our characters, Lila and, oh, what's his name? Elias. Wow, how can I forget their name? Lila and Elias, and they go on this very different journey, but yet somehow they meet up at the very end. I don't know much about it. I don't really know how to explain this, especially because it is a finale, and I don't want to spoil you guys of what happens in this book. I just know Saba Tahir is going to rip out my heart, and I'm not ready for that. But yeah, this is a finale to the series, so hopefully I'll wrap up another series this year. The next book I hear nothing but amazing things about. This one is also going around the book community, and a lot of people that I follow and watch rave about this one, and I finally am going to read it, and that is The Songs of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This is a book that I hear will make you cry and weep like a baby. Those are the words that my friend Charlie said. She recently read this one and absolutely fallen in love with it. So once she told me she fall in love with this book, I immediately bought it after she told me. This is a adult historical fiction, I want to say. I don't know if this is adult historical fiction. I don't know if that's the right genre, but it's not historical fiction, sorry. Adult Greek mythology, fantasy story. That's what I was looking for. And I don't know much about this. I just know it's going to make you cry. I know it's going to make you sob like a baby. And yeah, I honestly, like, no clue what's going to happen in here. I don't really want to know what's going to happen. It says, a tale of gods and goddesses, kings and queens, immortal fame, and the human heart. That's all I really want to know. But yeah, I know you guys have been telling me to read this, so I finally have it, and I cannot wait to read it sometime soon. Say that 5 times in one video. The next book is actually a new release as well. This one just came out this summer, and I haven't read it yet, and I'm really shocked because my friend Charlie picked this one out for me in August, but I'm sad that I didn't got around to reading it, and that is The Ghost We Keep by Mason Deaver. This is the same author who wrote I wish you all the best, which I literally bawled my eyes out in that book. So I know this one is going to make me cry as well. This is one of my shorter reads on here. This is a YA contemporary novel that deals with losing of a brother in a car crash, which sounds very hard-hitting already. And that's literally all I really want to know. It says everything happens for a reason. At least that's what everyone keeps telling Liam Cooper after his older brother Ethan is suddenly killed in a hit-and-run accident. Feeling more alone and isolated than ever, Liam not only has to learn to face the world without one of the people he loved the most, but also face the fading relationship with his two best friends in the process. Soon, Liam finds himself spending time with Ethan's best friend Marcus, who might just be the only person who knows exactly what Liam is going through, for better and for worse. The Ghost We Keep is an achingly raw and honest portrayal of grief, but it's also about why we live, why we have to keep moving on, and why we should. Like, I'm sold, I'm ready. I know I'm gonna cry, and I only read his debut novel, or their debut novel, sorry, wrong pronoun. I only read their debut novel last year, and I completely fell in love with it. So if it's anything like this one, I know I will love this one as well. Oh, can I put this up here and you guys still see it? Yes. The next book is I wouldn't say new release. I want to say this came out a few years ago, but the paperback edition just came out and it's so pretty. And that is The Poppy War by Rf Kwong. I hear this book is going around BookTube right now, and a lot of people are really loving this. This is the first book in a new adult fantasy trilogy that is very war heavy and deals with like blood and gun violence and all that, and badass female is in here is what I know. I don't really know much about this, but it's very popular and you guys should know more about this book than I do. It is 530 pages, which it doesn't look that big in a paperback version, but the hardcover edition I had from my library for a little bit, and it was just so intimidating to read until I saw how small the paperback was. So I bought the paperback and I just can't wait to read it. Like, it's one that I'm very confident it would be a 5-star read, and if this one is not a 5-star read for me, I would be very, very sad. I do have the audiobook of this from Audible, and I'm hoping the audiobook is good because I've been hearing that the audiobook was really good, and that's the way most people went with this story. And I know it's very hard to get, like, if you get like distracted, which I normally do, it's hard to like catch up to where you are, is what I hear too. So I'm gonna try my best and stay focused with this one, and definitely very excited to read this because I actually just bought the paperback edition for book 2. I just bought the Dragon Republic, which I don't know why I did because I haven't read this one yet, but don't they look pretty? Maybe that's why I got it, to be honest. But yeah, I have book 1 and 2 whenever I'm ready. I can just binge read this trilogy. There we go. The next book I have is a Star Wars novel, actually, and that is Star Wars The High Republic Into the Dark by Claudia Gray. This is a second installment of the series. I read book 1, which was Light of the Jedi, which you can see right there. I really enjoyed it. It wasn't my favorite of the series so far. I think I read 2 books, and the second one that I read was definitely my favorite. So I'm real excited to see if I will love this one or not. These audiobooks for the series so far have been amazing. There's sound effects, there's music, there's like all these amazing things that makes a full cast audio amazing for me. So I'm definitely going to go the audiobook route for this one. And I know I will love this one because I read a few Star Wars books by Claudia Gray, so I already know she's a favorite author of mine. This one I don't know much about either. I'm so sorry I'm not giving a great synopsis, but this takes place after Light of the Jedi, I believe. So we love that, and that's all I will say, because this is technically a sequel. So there's that. The next book I have, I just got this month from my August Owl Crate. So if you don't want to know what the August Owl Crate book was, that is A Lesson in Vengeance by Victoria Lee. I'm actually reading this one in October, I believe, because one of my friends, Lori, she's hosting a readathon soon, and the readathon is from the 1st till the 31st, I believe, and this is going to be the group book early announcement. I'm so sorry. So I definitely want to participate in her readathon and read the group book. This edition is just stunning. Like, I love it. I know Owl Crate have gotten a lot of hate recently for what they said on the Instagram, but look at this gorgeous edition. And like several edges, like, yes please. And like the nakedness is beautiful as well, and this artwork on the just jacket, which we love as well. So super excited for this one. I don't know much about this. I just know that Karina from Owl Crate has been raving about this book ever since she got an arc of it back in like November of last year, and everyone instantly knew this was going to be a Owl Crate pick, just we didn't know what month. But this has dark academic vibe, set in a boarding school, I believe. I don't really know much else. I know there's a lot of mixed reviews about this one as well, so there's that. The next one just came out yesterday, and I'm very confident this one will be a 5-star read for me, because I read 2 books by this author, fallen in love with them, and I cannot wait to see what this book will have. And that is White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson. This is my very first time showing this off, unless you follow me on TikTok. If you follow me on TikTok, you know I unboxed this recently. Very excited for White Smoke. White Smoke is supposed to be the horror novel that Tiffany D. Jackson always wanted to write. This is set in like a haunted house. That's all I really want to know. But I definitely want to read you guys the preface of this real quick, if you don't mind. The super is short. It's like 2 pages. So it says, "Ah, there you are. They said you would be coming soon. All these years they left me to rot and ruin, to die. And now here you come, a family trying to replace me, to erase me. Us. But that will never happen, because this is my house. Doesn't matter how many new coats of paint or how many floorboards they replace. This will always be my house. You will never take it from me. It's mine, paid for with my family's blood. It will always be mine, 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 all mine. They can't take it from me. You'll learn soon enough. My house, my rules. Everything that is yours is now mine, and you will obey my rules until the day you leave. That's right, you won't be staying here long. I'll make sure of that. Oh, and look, you brought me a little friend." Like, that's just the preface. Like, the prologue is what I meant. I'm like speechless just from that first page, and I'm like, I'm sold. I'm ready to read this ASAP. So I definitely, this one I know for sure would get read the soonest, just because of how stoked I am for this one. And I might be meeting Tiffany D. Jackson soon, so very excited for that. And this one just came out yesterday, like I said, so it's definitely very new, and it's already #1 New York Times bestseller. So way to go, Tiffany, and I can't wait to read your newest book. I know you're not going to watch my video, but I can't wait to read your new book, so very excited for that one as well. Another book that has dark academic vibes, and I hear a lot of great things about, is The Silent Patient by Alex Michelinis. Don't know much about this one either. It says, Alicia's Renaissance life is seemingly perfect. A famous painter married to an in-demand fashion photographer. She lives in a grand house overlooking a park in one of London's most desirable areas. One evening, her husband Gabriel returns home late from work, and Alicia shoots him 5 times in the face, and they never speaks another word. Like adult thriller, academic vibe, I believe. Perfect for the fall season as well. So I definitely will be saving this for the fall. And that's all I really want to say much, because I have 2 books left. And this is already a long video. So the last 2 books, I have another adult thriller on here, and that is The Other Black Girl by Zakaya Delias Harris. All I know about this one has to deal with a main character who is the only black girl in the publishing department of this setting, and then there's another black female who comes in and she gets the higher position than what she has, and she gets paid more and all that. That's all I really know about this one. I know a lot of people read this one over the summer and really loved it. I know this was Gabby from Gabby Reads book club pick for June, I believe. So I was going to read it in June, but I never got around to reading it. But I am hoping I will read this sometime soon, and I'm hoping that I will love this one, because if I don't, I will be really sad, because I got the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. And then the final book on this list, I'm so sorry I told you guys this will be a long video, but the final book on this list is an adult fantasy novel. I don't know if it's a standalone or if it's the first book in a series. If you guys know, please let me know down below. But that is She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. This is, like I said, either a standalone or a first book in a series, not quite sure. But I know this sounds something I would really love. As you can tell, there's a lot more adult reads on here because we're 22 and we love that. We gotta diverse our reads a lot. This is, I don't know how to say this without sounding rude, but this is own voices for the author's community, I guess is how I can put it. This one is based off of Mulan as well. It says to possess the mandate of Haven, the monk Zoo will do anything. Can you tell it's been so long that I filmed? I'm so sorry if I ruined any of those names. I literally don't know what to say about this one. The cover is an auto-buy cover, and I know a lot of people have been talking about this recently, so very excited to see what I would think of this book. And I hear the writing is very easy to get into once you get past 50 pages. So that's all I really hear about this one. And that's the final book on this list. So there you have it. Those are all the books that I want to read for this next round of 5-star prediction. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And I'll talk with you guys later. I'm so sorry you guys fell. Bye guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please hit subscribe. Turn your notification on so you don't miss any new videos coming from me soon. And please hit the like button there as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day and night. And please be kind to one another. Bye.